soon. Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. Awesome. I just turned some lights on. Sweet. So let me change the view. So
I'm gonna close my door.
yeah.
I hope this door so I can. Just a sec.
Focused. I need more light on me. Here. 1 second. Okay, that's better.
I'm like, how does my office look?
Lighting, like you don't want it too bright. You don't want it too dim. You want to find the just right spot. Like that's too bright. Here we go. Good enough. Awesome. Okay. Go. So I'll do a quick introduction and I'll say, I would love you to meet my client, Stephaney Edwards. I think she's so interesting and inspiring and amazing because she is working with nurses and turning the industry upside down. And I'll let her share how she's doing that basically. And I'll ask you, like, what is your story? What do you do? Can you explain it? Because it can be, what is this legal consulting for nurses? And tell us how you've grown this business. So like basically think about it as like you're sharing your business growth story, like how you came into like deciding that you wanted to grow a business as a nurse. Like what happened? Were you unhappy with your job, with your life? It's your story. You already tell your story to your audience, but the point is to inspire other women that if they're like doubting themselves that they can do this or entrepreneurship is right for them, like how much, I don't even know, like you hit, what did you do? 34K last month. Like how fast did you hit that? Like how?
The first week.
The first week.
Yeah, I did Nurses Week and I did promos and I hit 34K in the first week.
Okay. So, and how soon did this happen after you enrolled with me? Write it down.
It's only been like 3 months, I think.
So the 34K happened in 2 months or 1 month?
Yeah, I think it happened a month after. I think I've been a part of you for a few months now.
In 1 month. And then
yes,
you got a 26K in 2 months and the month isn't even over yet.
Right.
God, that's amazing. Do you know how powerful you are?
Before that, I was doing like 10 and 12 and 16K. Yes. And so then when I joined you, I jumped to 34. My goal is 50 for the month. And the month isn't
incredible.
over.
Let me go get one more light. I don't like people need to understand how fast your business is. Like this is part of your story as well. And it's going to inspire your audience. Like if you share this part of your story, I need more lights. It's so dim in here. It's raining today. Oh, that's so much better. So like when you share your story about how fast you grew, this is what will attract other nurses to it as well, because they're going to see like, if she can do it, I can do it too, which is a really important thing about storytelling. Like people see like how fast it happened for her. So even I want you to know, even if you feel like you've just started, what's going to happen is like, even if you tell this story about how fast it happened for you, you're going to get a shit ton of people joining your programs. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this. Cause I got stuck on this too for a really long time. I hit 1 million in 18 months. And I felt like because I hadn't been doing it for 5 years or something like that, like I wasn't as qualified. So if you're feeling that, I want you to know it's like actually to your advantage that you just started doing this and you hit these numbers that fast or whatever. Well, this is different because it's like coaching, but like in whenever you hit the legal consulting world as a nurse, like how fast that grew, right? Well, also.
Well, that's separate. So all the numbers I've given you are just my coaching.
Yeah.
That's separate. That scaled to 6 figures quickly.
So so there's going to be 2 parts to the story we tell.
Okay.
This might open up a whole nother door for you as well. Like, coaching wise, because some of these legal consultants might also want to do coaching, this is that other program we kind of talked about earlier. Like this could be your other program, basically, like how you can turn what you're doing into coaching. And that's where you tell like your coaching revenue journey. So you've really got two journeys. So you have how fast your legal consulting business grew as a nurse.
Mhm.
And then also how fast your coaching business grew. So once you grew your legal consulting business, you wanted to reach more people and create more impact. So
Mhm.
you started to share your message. This is how you would convert to
Right.
coaching if you actually
Okay.
wanted to.
Okay.
So you saw how lucrative this legal consulting business was and how it changed your life. And that's when you decided, hey, I want to share this with other people. I want to do coaching and I want to show them exactly what I've been doing. So this is like your justification from going from legal consulting to coaching. Like if you've had
Mhm.
that gap in your story, that's how you explain it, if that makes sense. Like I saw how powerful this was for me and I wanted to get this in front of other women.
Yes, that's exactly how it happened, because that's when I got with my previous coach and it completely shifted everything.
Yeah.
And I was running 12 and $16,000 months. And then I joined your program and I jumped to 34.
Oh my God, this is so, okay. So I'm already recording, but what I'll do is I'll do an intro real fast. And then I'm just going to ask you your story. We'll talk about what it has been like when you joined my program. We'll just say when you started to work with me, because whatever, the program is
Okay.
irrelevant. When you started to work with me, you hit $34,000 your first month. Like you don't have to justify, well, I was just
Right.
at 12. And then like, they don't
Yeah.
need those details. Do not share
Mhm.
those details. That like, that's
Okay.
your personal business. You know what I mean? But like, we'll just talk about the growth that has happened for you and how amazing it has been. And then I want to highlight you as a client, but then I want to go into your story because I have a lot of nurses on my list and in my audience. So I also think it would be nice for them to meet you so they can see like what you do and how you do it, because there's no competition here. Like
No,
this is
I think I
like we
agree.
all rise together. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it benefits me if you share your story because people want these success stories when they work with me. If she did it, I can do it too, right?
Mhm.
But it also benefits you because if somebody is a nurse and they're really interested in doing the whole legal consultant thing, I would like them to be also on your email list so they can
Mhm.
like they can learn marketing from me, but they can learn like the nurse consulting stuff from you, you know? I would love to send those people over to you. So like a two-part. So
Okay.
sharing your success story with me and then sharing like what you do and how you do it. And do you have like a way for people to get on your email list that we could share? Do you have something?
Um,
Or
they,
we could send them to the Facebook group actually.
yes, that would be
What's
the best thing.
what's your group called?
It's called Legal Nurse Consulting Community. There are like 5 different groups out there, but it's the community group. You can edit and cut, right? Like if I say something stupid,
Yeah.
just cut it out.
Just make it conversational. And then like that way it's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Cool. All right. So let me adjust the microphone so they can hear me. Good, 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 good. Sound input. Just muted myself. Microphone. Yes, microphone is on. Video is the appropriate camera. I always check because sometimes if you have the wrong sound input, like it'll be from your
Mhm.
computer instead of the microphone and it's not good.
I've done that on my Facebook lives before. And they're like, we can't hear you. And I'm like, I'm practically yelling. What do you mean?
Oh my God. Oh, why is my name? Hold on. Let me rename myself on here. Yeah, rename. Awesome. All right, I'll go ahead and get started. Hey there, everyone. I would love you to meet my client, Stephaney Edwards. She has a success story that is absolutely inspiring, amazing, and incredible. And I want you to see how she's been able to create immediate success in her business and also how she is helping other people because it's something that you don't always see every day. And it's really, really interesting. I cannot wait for her to come on here and share her story with you. So welcome, Stephaney.
Hi. Hi.
I have so many things to talk to you about, but the first thing we have to talk about. So tell me a little bit about what you do and what kind of success you've been able to create so fast from working with me. I wrote it down here. You did $34,000 in 1 month from working with me. And then the next month, actually, that's this month, you've already done $26,000 in month two. Like,
Yes.
this is incredible. So you have to share with everybody what you're doing, how you're doing it, what it's been like, what this journey has been like, and who you're helping and how. So I'll give it to you and just share, please inspire us all.
Thank you. Well, my journey started with legal nurse consulting. And legal nurse consulting is where nurses can branch out or pivot, and we can actually help attorney clients. And so we're the medical experts. We can screen medical records, we can do chronologies. There's lots of reports we can write for them. And so assisting attorneys saves them a lot of time and energy and money and effort without having to thumb through medical records, wasting their time on something that we can do, that we do every day. This is natural. This is part of our role as nurses. And so it becomes a benefit to the attorneys. We start to subcontract with each other and build that business relationship. And in return, it allows a nurse to pivot if they want to away from the bedside and make a little more income. And so when the pandemic hit, it was a point in time where I wanted to start helping other nurses. And there were a lot of nurses who were just impacted by the pandemic and they were looking for other options. Some were just quitting and leaving the bedside. And I didn't like that. So my mission became, really to just connect with nurses and get them to see that you have another opportunity. You can pivot and still have an impact and help others. Thus came my coaching business, really to just help other nurses see what I was able to do and sustain. And then also, just give them options, opportunities, and to help train them and coach them so that it could fast track essentially, and not have to kind of ping pong around like I had done it quite a few years ago.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of nurses in my audience, and I hear a lot about how they want to help other people, but they don't know how they can do it or turn it into a business.
Mhm.
And I think it's so inspiring how you just showed up totally coachable, like, Mallory, show me what to do. And then you walk out with like these huge numbers that we get to celebrate. And it's a good lesson with entrepreneurship. It doesn't have to be a struggle. Like, you can have that immediate success. Does it
Mhm.
require work? Does it require an investment? And does it require you to be all in? Sure, it does. Such as anything you're going to have success with, right? So tell me,
Mhm.
what was it like hitting a $34,000 month the first month you started working with me? I mean, that's like the average US salary probably, or something close to that. So what
I
was that like? I mean,
Well, originally my goal was 30K every single month when I
Mhm.
had started with you. And then the first
Yeah,
month I exceeded that. So it was an eye opener. It was kind of like a
yeah,
game changer for me. It was like, okay, Stephanie, this is just the beginning.
yeah,
And then to follow, the next month I cleared 26,000 in one day. And I was like, okay, I'm leveling up. This is happening. This is real. There's a moment where you're like, okay, I put my energy and effort in
yeah,
and I focused and I made a point to, you know what I mean? Like set the goals, and you drive us to do that. Like name your goals every Monday, set your goals. What are you going to execute on? Holding us accountable.
yeah,
And that's really, a lot of what a lot of people need is that accountability partner. And it
yeah,
really just in the community, to help put those pieces together. And
yeah,
the feeling is cool. I mean, I don't want to say it's unbelievable because that was
yeah,
always my goal.
yeah.
But to live it and breathe it is, it's super exciting because I know I'm still going up. I mean, my income is still increasing every month. So
What did it feel like to hit a $26,000 day?
I can't even tell you. I
Like,
got off the
seriously,
phone.
like, from here, what did it feel like?
I think I remember getting up and I was like, I think I'm gonna have a glass of wine. And I was like, no, wait, should I go tell my husband first? No, wait. Like it was a moment where I was like, pinch yourself, kind of.
Yeah,
I need to say this and tell someone to make this real. And that moment was like, this is I I mean, I don't I still can't I don't think I can quite put into words
yeah,
exactly what that
yeah,
felt like. I mean, I'm so blissfully happy
yeah,
because I'm also helping other nurses, and like like I told you what my mission was. Like for
Yeah.
me, there's so much joy and being able to see the potential in the other nurses and the success they're going to have.
Yeah.
And then myself realizing that I am allowed to have this kind of success as well. Like you had said, it doesn't have to be a struggle.
Yeah. It
Doesn't
doesn't have
all
to be.
have to be. No.
It's a mindset thing. It's a little bit confidence. It's, the self-belief, but it's, as I see it, it's really about embodying the work that you do, because you're here to help others. And we have all these little hurdles that get into our
Mhm.
way, like visibility or feeling like an imposter or a fraud or, who am I? Like that, who am I to type of feeling? Like, who are you to make 26K in one day? You're a badass woman. That's who you are. Like, I just seriously want to celebrate you and the success you've been having, because you just jumped over those mindset hurdles and those blocks. I think what's been incredible about your transformation is you just decided that you're doing it. And it was enough of that. It was just getting into the full, like, I'm 100% invested in this.
Mhm.
I've invested money, I've invested time, I've invested my energy. Money comes back, money comes and goes, in and out,
Mhm.
in and out. That's money. It's cash flow, right? The thing we don't get back is our energy. And
Mhm.
other thing we don't get back is our time, right?
Mhm.
And I saw that you went all in, like all in on this. And this is why this has happened for you. You basically just got over the garbly goop in here, as I like to call it, the mindset gremlins. And you said, I'm doing this, I'm going after this. And now your next goal is 50K months. And then I'm sure it's going to be 100K a month or more.
Mhm.
And probably, if I had to guess for you, 500K a month. Is that what would be after 100K?
I mean, yes, I I don't know if I've leveled
Yeah.
that far yet, but
Yeah.
I mean, 100K months, yes, every single month. That's doable. And it's within
Yeah.
reach to be able to say that.
Yeah.
And like you had said, like, just, I think it's embodying it, knowing
Yeah.
that you know, what I'm doing it for, and the passion, you had said embodying, and it makes me think of just allowing myself to actually receive the benefit
Yeah.
and to stop standing in my own way.
How did you, like, let's get into this for a quick second, because I'm sure you have a lot to say on it. How did you get out of your own way?
Um, well, originally, in my business, I was in my own way. It was all limiting beliefs and really a fear of success. That's what I figured out was me. When I
Ooh.
get to this point, then what?
Yeah.
Like, let me revert into these old habits.
Yeah.
But I got a mentor,
Yeah.
and a mentor to help me see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
It's really different when someone can look outside of where you are. You know, I couldn't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
To have a mentor myself to help me realize how much I was actually the cause of my own, limitations,
Yeah.
was a total shift. And I think that's why I think mentorship is so powerful,
Yeah.
because you have that person who's actually connecting with you, who's helping you. Their whole point is to help you.
Yeah.
Right. So that was really the number one reason. That was how I shifted originally, was just getting a mentor.
That's amazing. And just, I'm going to poke into it, because we're all here. We're all raw. We're all real. Like, we are real women doing this, and we're doing this together. I always say we are stronger together, and together we rise. So, like, what were some of the thoughts that were going in your head that were holding you back? So, like, when I started, it was imposter syndrome.
Mhm.
I thought, since I had an MBA and I had this responsibility of having a business degree on my back, I thought there would be this like Harvard professor that was like 80 years old in his office typing on his computer like this and trolling me, telling me that whatever I'm saying is wrong. Like, I totally made up this story in my head that I would be criticized for what I was teaching about business because I didn't teach it in this particular way that this old Harvard professor man I had in my head. Like, I envisioned him sitting in Cambridge in this really old building and in this like dark office with all these books in the background. This is the vision I had in my head. It was that thorough. And I just imagine he would be commenting on an ad or a post or something and making me feel bad. Like that was one of the biggest things that held me back. Seriously, as silly as that sounds. And it was 100% made up and it never ever happened. Just to clear the air, that never happened. But like, what are some of the thoughts or ideas that were like in your head that were holding you back?
A lot of it had to do with imposter syndrome, and then really, a fear of failure, which I uncovered to really lead to just, being rejected, the fear of rejection.
Oh yeah.
And, as I dug a little deeper into that, it turned into like a fear of being alone and what being rejected felt like, and what that was doing to my own my own sense of self and my self perception. And then how I was like, you're talking about your energy and stuff. And I was like reflecting that over to attorney clients. So, people can feel that energy and vibration, and to realize that I had the knowledge and the power, you know what I mean? And the energy. I wasn't an imposter. Everything I had, I could offer.
Yeah.
And I should offer. So it was just a total shift. I mean, those fears creep up, I think, all the time. And being able to understand what they are and actually lean into them and embrace them, they're a part of who we are. And if they come back up, I can recognize it again. So, every time, you tell us every time we're leveling up, these fears are going to creep up again.
Yeah.
And so it's not like slap them down once, but like recognize them so you can, the whole concept, teach a man to fish.
Yes.
Yeah. So similar to that, really just with a lot of self-reflecting and understanding myself, but really, honestly, I 1,000% have to say, I didn't shift my marketing perspective when I was in my, with my legal nursing business. I didn't shift all these little tactical efforts. The major shift that completely changed my business, and I basically tripled business during the pandemic, was my mindset. It was how I approached business and myself and what my own limitations were. I was stopping myself in my tracks before I would even get somewhere. And
Wow.
being able to recognize that, literally get out of my own way, like having to, mentally, like you were saying, picturing in your head, I'm like picturing myself like, step aside, Stephaney, like you're trying to block me here and this is not going to happen again.
So you separated yourself from your body, kind of like one of those out of body experiences where like Stephaney is sitting there and you have to talk to her.
Yes. Like this isn't going to happen again. You're not going to do this. Like you have everything it takes. Remember,
yeah,
you have the goods. And that's why, so much of it was like fear of success. And I've told my husband about this before, where I'm like, why am I so nervous to do exactly what I've always wanted to do? Like, why? And that stuff that just starts to happen, people just revert back into old habits.
Yeah.
And being able to even recognize that that's happening is so huge. That's one of the things that I have to remind myself is, as you grow, these things may come up again. So being able to recognize them and having gone through the coaching and the understanding, you know what I mean? To really just understand myself more. And, like you set us up every single Monday, like, let's talk about it. What are your goals and what are you going to execute with? And having that clarity of where you're going.
Yeah.
So much, that's the uncertainty that it brings to people. That's the fear, the uncertainty.
Yeah.
So having a coach and a mentor that can help guide you and support you in your journey is so huge. That's why I'm so passionate about it. I mean, that's why one of the reasons why I'm working with you.
Yeah, it's about getting your message out there, because there are so many people that need you. There are so many people that need me. There are so many people that need you right now. There are not enough coaches in this space. And this is an interesting conversation to have, because quite often coaches are like, oh, it's so saturated. It's not. There are not enough. People are in pain right now. Like we talked about with your stuff, nurses in the pandemic, and how burnt out they are and how they just want to quit. Nurses that are literally saving the souls of these individuals and doing the really hard work. I mean, my mother is a nurse. I truly deeply understand what nurses go through. And to see a nurse quit, it breaks my heart. So finding another way for these nurses to use their skills and get themselves out there, you are saving people, like multiple thousands of people. For every nurse that you help to figure out what her next step is, think about how many other people that this nurse is helping.
Mhm.
Like it just kind of goes on, like the light bulb that lights 1,000 lights, or like you're the beacon for all the other nurses out there, or just if you're a coach in general, really. And the cool thing about coaching is everybody will resonate with a different personality or a different
Mhm.
coach or a different mentor,
Mhm.
however you want to word it, right? So there truly are not enough coaches out there because everybody is uniquely different based on their past experiences. That's what creates us and who we are. It's all of our past experiences. They're all different. So I love that you're out there doing this with the nursing perspective because, for example, I don't have the nursing perspective in my business, but you do. So a nurse that is really looking for the next thing may resonate with you more than they may resonate with me, if that makes sense. There are
Mhm.
not enough coaches out there. And I'm so excited that you're out there doing this. Do you know how much this lights up my heart? Like your success, I just want to celebrate you. Seriously. Guys, when she told me she did this $34,000 month and then a $26,000 day, my first reaction was, why didn't you tell me sooner? My face looked like this because I want to celebrate you. You are helping so many people right now. And I want to congratulate you on all of that success because you are embodying the work. You are fully invested with this. And that's why it's happening for you. Your voice is getting out there, your message is getting out there, and the people that need you the most are finding you. And I want to lead into that because I want to talk about exactly what you're doing, how people can find you, because I know there's a lot of people in my audience that are going to be super curious about what you're doing and how they can learn more. So if you could just go into that a little bit, because this might be something that would work for them, and then how they can get into maybe your Facebook group or on your email list, share, please.
Yeah, so we in Facebook, our Facebook community is actually called Legal Nurse Consulting Community. It is a Facebook group, and all they have to do is request to join and answer a few questions. Drop their email and what they do, and it's really about having a community and a network to support each other. A lot of nurses with the same ideas in mind, the same goals, the same struggles, and it gives them the ability to connect. And really, I go live every single week inside of that group to help nurses and give them tidbits and pointers and everything in the field of legal nursing so that they can decide, is this the right field for me? Is this something I can pivot into? Thinking about, what they make at the bedside, the time freedom, the flexibility that they could gain. You can make up to $150 an hour as a legal nurse. And for a lot of nurses, they don't realize that this is a profession. And so there is so much opportunity for nurses to pivot. And this is just one of them. But yes, they can just join the Legal Nurse Consulting Community Group.
That's awesome. Okay. So everyone that is interested in legal nurse consulting, go and join that group, and Stephaney will get some content in front of you and help you, and probably even teach you what a legal nurse consultant does, because you even had to explain to me what that looks like. Could you explain a little bit more? I think it's so interesting. I'm
Well,
fascinated by it.
that's what we do in our Beyond the Basics
Yeah.
mentorship is I actually coach nurses on exactly how to start that business.
Okay.
And so that they can scale and leverage just like I have. To amplify their business so that they can make well into six figures. It's completely doable in a field that's nowhere near saturated. So legal nurse consultants come in and we offer our medical expertise to attorneys as our clients. So we're going to help them save time and money and energy and effort simply because we can offer our medical knowledge and expertise. The years of experiences that we have thumbing through medical records and charts and patient records help paint that picture for attorneys so they can decide whether or not the cases have merit and just how to proceed to help their client, which is usually, a patient, or it depends, plaintiff or defense. There's so many facets. The case types are beyond endless. We have mass tort, toxic, we have their personal injury, products liability. There's so many different avenues, medical malpractice. I can't even name them all. What you can do and where a nurse can take her experience. I've met nurses in every single type of specialty that have done amazing in this field. and really, like I said, taken on the opportunity to create their own business, to give themselves some of that time freedom,
Yeah.
and flexibility.
I'm just fascinated by different types of business. I'm just a business nerd, you know. I am a business nerd. I am a pure business strategist at heart. And I find it fascinating that like I didn't even know this business existed before you came into my world. And I'm like, okay, what are we working on? What are we scaling? What are we doing? And I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So thank you for sharing that. I think it's super unique. And thank you for sharing your voice. There are so many people that need you out there. There are so many people that need me. And there are so many people that need you, everyone out there listening right now. Stephaney is an example of what this looks like and the success you can create. I'm an example of what this looks like and the success that you can create. And we want to invite you to come into our communities, to my community, to Stephaney's community, because we are stronger together. And as we were just saying, together we rise. This is something we all get to do together. Nobody is alone in this. Women get to support women. Entrepreneurs get to support entrepreneurs. And we get to show you what's working, what's not working, lessons learned, shortcuts, tips, tricks, everything else, strategy, blueprints, right? Nobody figures this out on their own. It doesn't work that way, does it? That's like one of the biggest things I like to preach. Like nobody figures this out on their own. I don't know anybody that has. Do you?
No, I mean, even the most successful people have coaches and mentors. All of them do.
Absolutely.
It's like having that support. Yeah, that support, the support system, the accountability partner.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone grows a business alone ever.
No. I haven't met them. If you guys meet them, feel free to send them my way. I'd love to interview them and how they did this inside of a vacuum or on an island, because we are stronger together. And I just want to thank you, Stephaney, to wrap this up, for coming on, sharing your story, sharing the success you've had with me, sharing the success you've had in your business, and how you're helping these nurses grow a bigger, better, different type of career that's more fulfilling and more freedom based. That's really important to my heart, if you all know my story. So thank you so much. And again, you guys can go to her Facebook group, and you said it was called Legal Nurse Consulting Community.
Yes.
Did I get that right? There we go.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Awesome. Jump in her community. Thank you so much, Stephaney, for coming on here and sharing your story and sharing your success. I love you so much, and I will see you all later.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cut. Awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. I am seriously excited to share what you are doing, because I think there's a lot of nurses out there that, like you said, they probably don't even know what this is.
No, they don't.
It's fascinating. I really do think it's fascinating, and you deserve all the success. You seriously do.
Thank you.
I would love to just promote you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I was trying really hard during that one segment because, I have my mentor. Remember I told you I have my mentor that I started with before I transitioned to you. And I was like, how do I say this without saying, I just don't want to elude that. You know what I mean? So if there's any part that you want to edit out, I was trying to.
I think it sounds fantastic. You did a great job. Seriously. Okay. And you know what? You could even interview your clients like this too. I mean, I do. Use it. It's so inspiring to other people, because especially women, they want to see other women doing it. Like they need to see it so they can believe it. Right.
Yep. I have some video testimonials, and I just did one this morning. I actually got her story. She has not been in my group. She's a legal nurse consultant that just did it on her own. And talks about the network and things like that. So that's part of the membership vault, is I actually want them to be exposed to people who are not in my group, who aren't me, but they're saying the same things.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Evidence that like you can, like, this is a real career. You can do this. It's possible. That's so interesting. So you interviewed her kind of like a podcast style, basically.
Yep.
That's really cool. Ooh,
yes,
maybe
and I'll post it in
a
the membership.
podcast. Have you done that yet?
No, I haven't. The only social media I'm on is Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter or YouTube or any of those yet. So essentially I'll branch out, but I was like kind of in my head thinking I can't do that until I get some of these like automations set up, because then like I got to be able to consume the information and get the information back to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to
So
grow your
that's,
email. Like you need to
I
have ways to
really,
grow your email list because
yes.
we all know it. Like we don't have control over social media. So even if we're
Right.
managing a Facebook group, just getting those group people onto our email list is key, you know?
Yeah. Yes. And so that's why I'm excited. You told me group kit and group track CRM. I'm like, okay, because it's so annoying to screenshot and manually enter. And I'm like, I'm not paying somebody $20 an hour to do this. This is
No.
insane.
No, it'll help you tremendously and it'll
Yes.
automate that. You just
Do you,
like,
do you think that I should let nurses in if they choose not to leave their email?
yes, absolutely.
Because
Because
I've
like,
been
think
doing
of it
that.
this way. It doesn't hurt you to have them in. Like if you
Right.
collect the email, think of it as like a bonus. But
Mhm.
if you reject them, you're just rejecting a lead that is in your group. Like, why
Right.
would you do that? Like, let
Right.
them in. And if, you know, you advertise a master class or a PDF or something, then maybe you'll
Mhm.
capture it then. But at least you're getting them in that audience.
Mhm.
So still let them in. Even if they say, like, on the third question that they don't want you to reach out with, like, whatever you're working on right now or how
Right.
they can work with you, let them in anyways, because they're going to see you over time. And, you know, it's the like no trust thing. So yeah,
Yep.
just let it, unless they're like a crazy spammer looking person and you'll get those
Yeah.
too.
Yep. That's happened a couple of times and I have to
Yeah. You
bump them
just
out.
decline those and whatever. It's,
Yeah.
you know, or
Those
they
are,
cause problems. You just delete
those
them.
are kind of inevitable. I feel like
Oh yeah. They're
they're
everywhere.
everywhere.
They'll be
Yes.
on your list too. And
I
like,
mean, yeah, what is that? The whole, what is it? WhatsApp me, blah, blah, blah. I made him $10,000 in a day. You know, actually though, some of those people who claim that now, I'm like, I can actually say I made $26,000 in one day.
absolutely. Yeah,
And it's totally
absolutely.
real.
Isn't that incredible? Like it's such
Yeah.
a cool feeling. I think you only know it if you've experienced it. And I think
That's
it's
why
such a cool feeling.
I can't, like, I still don't think I can put it into words. Like I sat down with my husband last night and I said, you know, I feel kind of sick. I feel like I'm really, really exhausted. And he says, okay. And I said, you know what I think it is? I think it's me. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, I think that I'm about to hit 50K months. And that was my original goal.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm hitting it a year faster than I anticipated. Like, I think right now I'm
Yeah.
self-sabotaging. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting sick
Yeah.
because sickness will keep me from,
Yes.
you know, it's like that. That's my whole like fear of success thing is like, this is happening.
Yeah. It's called Upper Limits.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have you ever read the Gay Hendricks book about that?
Yes, I
I mean, like
have.
that's it in a nutshell. It's just you're hitting an upper limit and you're
Mhm.
busting through and it can get even uglier. So be glad that like this is it because it can get a lot worse. But yeah, I mean, just a couple more clients in the same thing. Like you don't have to change anything. Just get
Mhm.
a couple more people activated, inspire them, show them that
Mhm.
it's possible for them. Like get them activated like a life coach would or like a
Yeah.
motivational coach. You'll get
Mhm.
more calls booked and you'll get more people. That's all it's going to take to go from here to here with you. You don't have to do anything new. It's just getting more people to see that content and that call to action. Right?
Yes, that's exactly why I did the membership vault because I'm like,
Mhm.
no one is seeing this. I need an email list and I need something that will leverage the content to everyone.
Yep.
And it benefits the ones who are already legal nurse consultants because now they have access to a network.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
they, you know, in a community that they may not have had before. So I feel like it's dynamic.
Yeah. And then
Okay, I have
from
my
there,
homework.
you have a way that they can book a call. So, like, if you're
Mhm.
hosting it in Kajabi or whatever, you might want to add a module at the bottom or at the end and talk about like what the next steps are or what it looks like to develop or launch this business and then prompt them to book a call.
So I
Or,
have something called a success path, a
yeah.
journey, and I'm trying to take them on a journey
Mhm.
where they'll go through a few things. They'll get freebies in their emails, but
Yep.
here's the course outline and here's what I want you to work on, which is essentially stuff I've done my Facebook Lives on.
Yeah.
But I was just going to kind of blog out through a course essentially and attach the Facebook Live to it and take them on the journey
Yep.
of where they're headed. And then at the end of that journey, it would be leading into my coaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For them to leverage, if they're wanting to amplify, leverage their time,
Yeah.
you know, and automate parts of their business that can actually give them back their time.
Absolutely. And another idea is if you're doing any live trainings for the members in this group, so like you could even do a live training once a month, for example, for like an hour where you can talk about all the things that are happening, like give them an update on like any business things or like, and then you see how you can like warp in like, oh, we're launching the group program this month. If you want to have more details about it, comment below. Like if it's a live stream or if it's a Zoom,
Mhm.
let me know. I can send it to you, or you can even blast your buyers of the $27 membership. Hey, I have this enrollment opening right now. I know you're already part of this, so I thought you might be interested in this. Here's what we're opening or what we're offering. And then you could do like a limited time discount or like a sale or something like that, right? And that would motivate the $27 people to get into the higher ticket coaching program. Like you could do an enrollment period once a month, just as an example, just
Mhm.
like a mini launch, basically, if you wanted to.
I was thinking about doing that, but I was fearful about taking away from the actual content of the high ticket. Like, I guess the people I want them all in. And if you're going to invest, you're going to invest in yourself. It's going to take a lot of time, energy, and yes, money. So I don't want to dilute, I think, my high ticket, essentially, but I see what you're saying. There are a couple other nurses who are actually, I'm letting them host their courses on my platform because it brings more people in and they got to be a part of the vault. So to get access to these courses, at a discounted rate, you become, so I make money off of it. And then
Yeah.
also I get the affiliate fee if they book from that
Okay.
link.
Yeah.
So that's a part of the network too, where I'm like, I don't necessarily have to create these. I can just collect affiliate fees because she's already done it. And that's her jam. Like that's her genius. Class
Yeah.
actions. Let me just let her
Absolutely.
host it for free and I'll just get the kickback.
Absolutely.
Just so you know what I mean? Like, and then it gives more resources to the people in the
Yeah.
membership, which is also income.
Mhm.
So, okay.
Yeah. So like to get them in though, you want to do some kind of launch. Like how are you
Okay.
going to get them into the higher ticket? Like I bet you right now there's women in there that would buy your high ticket and you'd hit your 50K month this month.
Oh, yes. I think I just have to post something in the Facebook group is usually what I do. And then I'll connect with a few people in Facebook Messenger. And I'm like, hey, it really does sound like if you're ready to go, let's get on a clarity call and let's see, if this program is right for you. I'm also
Yeah.
maxed out right now because I'm
Yeah.
only taking 8 people because
Yeah.
of how much attention I'm giving them. So I limited it and I have a seat opening on the 28th, which is next Monday. So I was going to post that on my Facebook group today. Like, one seat opening, if you want in the mentorship before we go on the waiting list, here's your opportunity to join now. If
Yeah.
now's your time, book your clarity call now so that you can, get that one seat because otherwise I have to wait till people graduate.
Do a live stream, not a post, a live stream and talk about it.
Okay.
It does like give some value. Here's what we're doing inside of it, whatever you're calling it, the mastermind or whatever. Here's what we're doing. I wanted to share what you're doing because I know this could be a good fit for some of you. It might be in alignment, but I want to share like how this is actually working and what we're working on and what we're doing. And you just share what you're doing, like the information that would be on a sales page. You don't share the how to.
Right.
That's what dilutes your program when you share the how
Okay.
to.
Okay.
When like literally if you had a sales page for this, what would be on the sales page? And that is what you share in the live stream.
Okay.
But the people will see it as like, oh my God, she's giving me this like blueprint or this strategy to how I could do this thing. But the thing they're missing is like the how to. Like, yes, I need to be reaching out to attorneys, but you're not telling them how to do it,
Right.
just as an example, whatever. I don't even know if that's part of it, but you would teach the what and not the how on the live stream. So even if you did like a special live stream event for all the people in the $27 thing, that's how you can get them in. You could hit 50K this month. Like you can let another person in. It's okay. You can let more people in.
No, I have every intention on doing this.
And you just have boundaries. Like
Okay.
this used to happen to me all the time. People used to take over my calls and I would stay for like 3 hours. Like terrible, because what happens is they start to not appreciate your time because you're too available. It's like dating. Like you're way too available. So people start to like undervalue you. That's why I said you don't need the 2 hours. They get to ask their questions in the hour. And that's how it's going to work. Because sometimes you'll have like talkers that just, you know what I mean? So like okay, what is your question? What are you working towards? Where are you feeling stuck? Let me know. So then that way we can cut out the major story before the question. And that like, if you get like more exact, people will start to get into the cadence and you won't need 2 hours. I mean, you could have 25 people on the call and an hour should be fine if you're managing the boundaries and the questions appropriately. Right.
Okay.
I had to learn that lesson.
Yeah, I just want to quit my day job because I still work with a hospital. I do consulting with them. So I just want to walk away from that completely, and just do this because I feel like this
Yeah.
is where my heart is now, you know,
Yeah.
like this is where I feel I get excited. And this is
Yeah.
where my passion is seeing other nurses like have their ahas and go, oh my gosh. And then hearing the testimonials
Yeah.
of nurses being able to literally quit their job and changing, you know, they say you've changed my life. I'm a different person. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I'm doing forever. This is it.
Yes. And then how about your front end lead generation? What are you doing right now for that to get new leads?
That's that I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
Nurses just
Referrals.
find, yeah, they just come to the Facebook group. I get like
Uh-huh.
2, 3, 4, 5 every day, and they
Yeah.
just ask to come in and they
Yeah.
see some of the posts. I market some of I'll post after we get off the Facebook
Yeah.
Live inside the membership vault. And
Yeah.
just that kind of stuff is all I've been doing. That's why I wanted to one step at a time. Let me get that email list going.
Yeah.
And then I would love to be able to do paid advertising, to basically drive them into the community.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Collecting those emails and, or like you said, I think maybe a
giveaway.
freebie. Yes,
A giveaway,
like a
I
freebie.
think like it can be an object, it can be
Well, I have
something.
something like it's called my PPE marketing strategy. It's position, power, and educate. So it's something that I teach inside my mentorship. So I give them an outline of it, but I don't necessarily go into, like you said, the how-to of let's talk about how you set up your marketing. We don't do that. So that was one of the freebies. I thought I could probably actually launch that
Yeah.
in an ad, and then they give me their email to get it, right? And then they access the content. So this was what I saw with one girl. I'm trying to figure out, she gave away a freebie and I had to put my email in. And when I put my email in, essentially what I was doing was signing up for the membership, or something. I'm trying to figure out how she did it because essentially I bought into her membership because I wanted to see.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how to set that. I'll have to figure out how to set up that. I'm gonna have to like write it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Write
how
it
do I
out
get
and
them
then like figure it out.
into?
I can help you with that. Oh,
Okay.
kid that busted in here. You see some feet?
Yes.
Show your face. Random child.
My children are at school. Look at that.
Oh my God. He's not in summer camp this week because we're flying to Virginia on Thursday. My cousin's getting married. Do not knock over my equipment. Oh my God. Anyway, so they're home this week because we're flying to Virginia on Thursday. My cousin is getting married on Saturday. So they couldn't go to camp this week, but it's their first week of summer break.
That's exciting.
Bored.
Mine are in daycare. So they come in like the circus right around 5:00 every day. And it's just like that, busting through the door. Everything is mommy all over. And it's
yeah, exactly. And
it's
then
just like that.
Your day is done. And you're like, okay, that's all the work I could get done for today.
That's absolutely correct. I always ask my husband, what time do you plan on picking them up? When are they coming home? Because I need to know when to like shut myself off so they don't. Yeah.
So they don't do stuff like this.
But yes, no, I'm very, very excited about this. And I'm going to do a few more things to see about hitting that 50K this month.
I think you can. I believe, here's what I would do. The fastest path, get on a live stream for your buyers of the $27 membership.
Okay.
And just do something really exciting where you're sharing what you have been doing what you did to grow your legal nurse consulting business and what you're doing with your clients to grow that business. It's just because you thought it would be helpful for them to get a sneak peek at some of the newest strategies that you're implementing.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So that's how I would do it, and just share the what, not the how, and tell them if they want to learn more, comment, whatever, learn below. And if you want me to reach out to you about some more details, and then you reach out to them via DM, and then on the DM, that's where you get them on the call. Right.
Yes. That's kind of what yes. Okay. Oh, it's raining again.
Yeah. It's been,
I live in Florida too. So
yeah. Where are you at again?
In Ocala, Central Florida.
Okay. Yeah. We're in Miami, and there must be something. Dude,
it's raining again.
Anyways, well, thank you so much for this interview. I'm really excited to obviously edit it and get it out there. But oh my gosh, I know I have so many people in my audience that would love your stuff. I can't even tell you how many nurses I've talked to over the years that like nursing, but they don't like the institution basically of the the nursing,
Yes,
right?
that's a lot of it. That's the sad part. That's the sad reality of where it's headed. But that's why I'm like, no, even if I can just keep you at the
Yeah.
bedside one day
Yeah.
is better than none.
Yeah.
Or if you want to quit and do something else, I still saved a nurse. She's still a nurse.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
That building the nursing career is blood, sweat, and tears. I know it.
It's pretty overwhelming
It is.
sometimes.
Absolutely.
We're like healthcare soldiers. And that's what I tell people. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like being a part of the army, but
Yeah.
I'm in healthcare.
And you do a lot of the work that the doctors don't want to do. I spent so many years consulting in hospitals. It's not even funny. And what the nurses went through just because the doctor didn't feel like doing it is incredible. Or like the mistakes that they caught that the doctors would make, or
Mhm.
I have like a million different stories,
Yeah.
but that's why I'm super passionate about nursing, and I'm
Yeah.
really
You said your
excited.
mom was the nurse?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
moved over into working for insurance companies because she was done with bedside probably by the time I was like 5 or 10. Like she had enough.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like she became like an allergy nurse, then she did school nursing, then she found like the whole insurance company kind of thing. And she's probably been over on the insurance side for 15, 20 years now. But
Wow.
just seeing what she went through and the stories I would hear.
And you said your husband went to law school?
Yeah.
He's an attorney?
So he didn't get barred in Florida when we moved here because he doesn't practice, but he went to Loyola, which is in New Orleans. So
Mhm.
that's when he went to law school. Yeah.
So crazy. I just think it's so odd how I meet people
Yeah.
in my business. And like, just like you said, a nurse and
Yeah.
an attorney. Like, it's so
Yeah.
strange how small the world can appear.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like with the network, it's so crazy.
It is. And that's why it's so important to like have these types of communities and masterminds and groups, because we get to all help each other. Like if you look
Mhm.
at the bigger picture, I think it's absolutely fascinating with like a
Mhm.
higher level intelligent kind of conversation about how we do all need to do this together. And this is how we grow as humans. Like
I have one legal nurse who's my direct competition. She's been doing the legal nurse consulting, like coaching growth. So she says I'm a copycat because I copied her, which was whatever. I don't care. She did it first. I could care less. There's like 50 people who do it, whatever. But she's in my direct competition. Like there have been people who get on my clarity calls.
Yeah.
And because I'm more expensive than her program, they'll go with her. Thank you for giving me the clarity, but Janice's program is cheaper. I'm going to go book with her. And I'm like, I am happy to help you find clarity. I just am happy you're going to get into the field. And then somehow I am on an email list and I got the video of what her program is actually about. And I was like, should I open this? Like, should I look into this? And my husband's like, it ended up in your inbox for a reason. I'm like, okay, I'm going to hit play. And so now I can see where like you had talked about once a week coaching being too much sometimes. The only reason why I've kept that is because that's like my leverage over hers is she gives once a month coaching. I give you once a week business coaching. Like we are going to scale every single week.
Yeah. But
so
you
that's
still get
why
to say once a week. Like here's how you pitch it. You still say once a week.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like, they're not thinking about the hours. How many minutes are you live? They're not thinking about that. You're just saying, I'm with you every single week. Any question you have, you're going to get support. You're going to get it answered. We have a community where you get supported 24/7 because it is more of a peer-to-peer support community. So we have our 24/7 community as well as you're with me once a week. This is not a once a month kind of thing, because what happens is you're going to get stuck and you're going to have questions and you're not going to know what to do.
And then what are you going to do? Wait 3 weeks? Like,
yeah. So, you can pitch it even before, well, I guess they might tell you they've been looking into Janice, or maybe they won't tell you, but you could build that into your pitch. We have it every week so you don't get stuck. Like if you were in a program that had the coaching once a month, that would be terrible. Because then you would get stuck and not have anyone to ask your questions to, and it would halt your progress and your growth.
Yes, I can very nonchalantly cover the bases without.
Yes, exactly. That's how I would do it.
Yes, that's exactly how I'm going to do it.
You make it so innocent.
Yes.
But so not at the same time.
It just bothers me because she actually says to them, my program is cheaper than Stephanie's. You get more value. And I'm like, and like you said, I'm like, it's about personality. Because if I don't mesh with you, I'm not gonna be able to groom and grow you anyways. So I mean, I guess in my mind, I'm like, listen, if you want information, that's cheaper. If you want transformation, that's where you get me.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I'm
there's no
gonna,
support over there. So
right.
it's not actually higher value.
Well, I know that now I know that, but before I didn't really
Oh,
know.
yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Now
So
you just work it into it,
yeah, now I'm gonna just work it in. And I was doing something where I was giving them 24 hours and sending them an email
Mhm.
of what we went over and like letting them come back. Only one person has ever come back and signed up from that. So now it is hands down, collect a payment on the call, lock it in. If you can't, they're like, can I call you back and let me call my husband? I'm like, you can put me on hold.
Oh,
But
you learned. You learned.
yes, I did. So you can put me on hold, but to get the deal, to lock in truly $7,000 in discounts over 14 months, you have to put a deposit on the call.
Yeah.
I like to honor those who are all in, and that's 2 feet in, and that's committing here and now. If you're ready to rock, I am committed to you. And that my commitment to you is by giving you an opportunity to save a lot of money. So that's how I tell them that.
Yeah.
But I think 13,000 is still a scary number for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think so. But you're giving it to them for 7. What are you giving? No, your core price is 13.
Well, that's so my mentor, my 9-week coaching is 7,000.
Okay.
And then it's 500 a month for the mastery if you contract in it and commit from the beginning. So I have the payments broken up to where they pay like $2,000 deposit, and then it's like 1,400 for a few months. And
Mhm.
then the payment drops to 500 after that for the rest of it, because I don't want to lose out and someone quit and they've gotten on my content for 8 weeks and I've gotten $2,000. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
so I stacked the higher payments on the front end and the smaller ones on the back end.
Mhm.
And so otherwise it's $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
If you want my coaching, it's $1,000 a month for once a month coaching.
Yeah.
And one girl said, people,
Yeah.
they're like, really? That sounds so expensive. I'm like, you get me, you get all of me
Yeah.
once a month. Like my time is very valuable. I'm taking time away from my business to help groom and grow you. If that's too much
Yeah.
for you, then I'm not your person. I guess I've
Yeah,
just gotten
of
really
course.
comfortable and being like, nope, I'm worth this.
Yeah.
But I don't, I do plan on raising my price for the mastery, but I want to get testimonials and I want to get the money testimonials. I have a lot of transformation testimonials, but I don't
Yeah.
have nurses saying I've hit 6 figures
Yeah.
with Stephanie's program yet. I don't have nurses saying I made 26,000 in a month
Yep.
with Stephanie's program. So that was another, like, I'm taking up way too much of your time. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm just so happy to see you and I want to see you more. Like you're amazing. Like you have no idea. Like you are freaking amazing and I want to see you more. So like I want you to be so successful.
Thank you.
Like deeply from my heart, I want you to be successful. Like deep for so many reasons. I love nurses. I love you. Like,
Well,
this is
thank
how
you.
this works.
I was
So-
trying to figure out, how do I get them to talk about money? How do I get nurses to say, this is how much your program has helped me? So they all avoid that. And I've taught them that money's not the end all be all,
Yeah.
like transforming your life and your lifestyle too. So my program kind of my program's not based solely on income, but I know that that's what talks a lot. So I thought about doing a quiz, a questionnaire, and having them fill in the answers, and then I could pull them from there and put them in emails saying, Malorie, this is her story, this is her background, and she reported to me 7 months into the program closing $26,000 a month.
Yep,
something like that, and just take it from a survey.
You 100% can, if they're shy about that, 100%.
Okay.
And if it's a survey, they probably will put it on there. And then if you see any like really good stories, you can personally contact them and do an interview like this, where like you're
Yes.
just talking and you're not counting on them to create a video testimonial, because a lot of times people have done this to me. I've had so much success with Malorie. It's been amazing. And they make like 100K and they don't even mention it. And it's like, but you have no idea the power if you just shared what you made, and they won't talk about the money. So like if you're, excuse me, can you put my lipstick on? Oh my God. He put my lipstick on. Dude, he gets into everything. It's not even funny. Like
I have
that's
2
probably
boys, so
a 24-hour wear thing. And now you're going to regret it. Like
I have 2
doesn't
boys,
even
so
know.
I can't even.
Oh my God.
They
So
like scale
anyways, but you could get them on an interview where like you talk, okay, so tell me how much money you have made in the first 6 months, and you could put them on the spot and see what they say. They're
Okay.
probably not going to like refuse it, but filter who you get on camera. So you're not just talking to somebody who made like 0, but they're inspired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are okay. We need those testimonials too, like, cause they add to the mix, like
Yeah.
they round it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
if you can find the ones that have actually made money, because not everybody will, like a lot of times they'll just quit before they
Yeah.
even make money. You know, that's normal.
Yeah. I have a
Nothing
couple
to
of
do-
nurses who are MIA to
Yeah,
just,
it has nothing to do with you. Like literally, you cannot take it personally.
no,
The ones that have made money, like try to get. I want to talk about your journey doing this because it's
yeah.
so inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
You totally can. You can do that. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'll just
And
have
then
to,
also like you can create a thread in your group, for example, that normalizes sharing revenue numbers. So you could have like a celebration post or some, like you have to normalize celebrating making money. And this is a money mindset thing. And I
Okay.
teach a lot about this, like celebrate talking about money. Guys, let's create a celebration post, or like make a thing every time you make a sale or something, or you get this or you get that. You have to create a post in this group so we can all celebrate, like make it a rule. Like actually, you're probably gonna have to teach the money mindset, honestly, inside of your stuff. And you have to show them what's normal to share. Like if you're in an entrepreneurship group, it's very normal to share numbers. Like it's really normal in our world. But
Mhm.
like in their world, they're moving into entrepreneurship. It's not normal for them to share revenue, right?
That's what I was
So-
thinking. In mastery, it would be a lot easier to start saying, let's talk dollars and cents. Like
Yep.
this is where we're going to amplify. You're in mastery now.
Yes.
You've gone through transition. We're going to help you like elevate and
Yep.
amplify your business.
Yeah. So
This is where we really get down to like numbers.
yeah, numbers and money mindset. Like I would totally add that into there.
Okay.
Because you want to teach them that it's normal to talk about money and it's normal to share your wins. Like you have to teach women how to celebrate.
Mhm.
Prime example, like we
Me.
need to
Yes.
celebrate you. Like, do you see how it takes something away from you if others can't celebrate with you? You have to share this with your clients too. Like if they're not celebrating their wins, like they're totally losing out by letting other women celebrate their wins too. Because when you
Yes.
win, we all win, if that makes sense.
Yes.
As like women together in business, literally, I feel like I have just won so much because of your success, like deeply from my heart. And I'm not making this up. I feel like I just won. Because when you win, I win. It's like
Mhm.
team women over here. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel. That's why I get so excited when they share their stories. We talk about
Yeah.
wins every time on group.
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody share a win. We're all sharing a win. I actually call them out. If like, if you don't
Mhm.
donate your win, I'm going to call you on it.
Mhm.
It's how, we have wins every day, no matter how big or small. And that's usually when I get it out. So I decided that I would record every group coaching, and I have Otter AI.
Yes.
And I'm going to start popping my Zooms over in there so I can actually collect those remarks.
The transcriptions. Yeah.
Yeah, because when they say their wins, now the only question I have is consent. Like when they're doing this and if they all know it's recorded, are they consenting to me using that as a testimonial, or do I have to?
Here's like the ethical thing about it. Like if they end up seeing it, they might come back and be like, I didn't realize that would be on video and out to everybody. So like legal or not, it's like how it's going to make them feel. You know what I mean?
I just planned on you not using the video
Yeah.
because that is our exclusive coaching, but maybe some of those wins, like the comments,
Yeah. So like Melanie
Mhm.
did a 50K month in her let me tell you her story.
Mhm.
Like you could totally put that in an email because you're not giving an identifier of like who Melanie is. Don't say where she used to work. Don't
Mhm.
say the city she lives in, but you could totally do it that way.
Mhm.
But it's better if you can get them to write a comment, for example, on the Facebook group and celebrate all their
Yes.
wins, because then you can screenshot that.
Yes.
And you could black out their last name, or you could black out everything and just
Mhm.
leave the screenshot. It's better if you can get them in a habit of posting all their wins. Like this is what we do. Like you have to work on making it part of the culture, and it's
Okay.
going to take a minute, but it's culture. So like when the new ones come in and see that's the culture, that's what they'll start doing.
Okay.
So like if you catch a win on the live call, be like, can you please go put this in the group so we can celebrate with you all together? I would love to see you document your win.
I wish they would just do like pop in and do their own Facebook lives. Like just pop in and share your win. Like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like them doing their own lives, because I have permission for them to do that, but everyone's like, I don't
Mhm.
want to show my, it's the typical nursing stuff. Like we work behind the scenes. We're so used to being downplayed. Like
Yes.
everyone gets nervous about showing their face. Like for
Yeah.
me, doing this testimonial for you, it took a lot for me to say yes, because
Yes.
I don't like to, it's a money mindset. I feel like I'm bragging. I feel like, who am I to brag about making all this money?
Who
When
are
other
you to
people,
not share with other women that you've made this money?
yeah, but that's exactly,
Think about it that
exactly.
way. Who are
Yes.
you to not share?
The
Because we need
success.
you.
hmm
We need you.
That's exactly, I need to word it like that. I need to word that.
Who are you to not share your success? Because we need to see other examples of women like us out there doing it. Moms that have
Mhm.
bad boys in the background that get into their makeup bag, or like real women. Real women. We need to see real women killing it out there in the entrepreneurship world, because we're programmed to think it's not possible for us.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
have to find your passion behind that.
Okay.
You need to become a thought leader. Think about it this way, a thought leader on women, entrepreneurship, and money. Think about it that way.
Okay.
That will be your next level brand.
I like it. I like it. This is exciting. I'm so glad I got to have I got you all to myself for like 2 hours. This is
I know.
crazy.
I had some time, so this is like perfect.
This
You're
was, this is,
incredible. Like,
this is
I'm so
amazing.
glad you're sharing this.
Yes.
Do you
I'm glad
see
I
why it's
got on the call.
important you share it?
I do. I do. I do. I think that the inspiration it creates in others,
Yes.
and it's something that it's one of those things, like I teach it myself, and I
Yeah.
just have to make sure I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So
You have to embody the work.
yes. And that's the part where that's always been one of the challenges, is allowing myself to receive. This is part of me receiving. Like, allow yourself to receive all the beauty in it. Like, who am I, like you said, to not share this? I should be allowed to share this and receive all the gratification and glory
Yeah.
that
You
comes
earned
with it.
it.
Right. Yes. So I'm going to practice receiving more.
Yeah. Yeah. Up to 50K this month, please.
Yes, I'm actually going to get off with you, and I'm going to work on my posts so I can be like, how am I going to lock these? I just need 2 more. I mean, I thought if I sign 2 more people at 13,000,
Mhm.
I've locked in 50K.
Yep.
And that's amazing.
It is amazing.
That's amazing. I'm so
is.
excited. I really think I can do it. I told my husband, if I even sign one, like, I think I can do it. It's always when I take a step back and I go, you know what? Stephaney, just don't have this anxiety, don't have that anxious vibration, and
Yeah.
just go help some nurses.
Yeah.
And that's always when it happens. So
That's how I rock my live streams. I'm going to do one later this afternoon where I talk about some programs I have opening up, and just if you want more details, comment me below. I'll send you a DM, and if they need to talk about it, we can talk about it. If they don't need to, they can get the link. Like, just even if you jump on a live stream in your $27 group, that's what I would do. Just be like, hey there, I wanted to pop on real fast and tell you what I'm working on. I thought this win from Sharon inside XYZ program was really exciting, and you might want to know how she did it. So I figured I'd just jump on here real fast and give you a little overview of the strategy that we're working on in this particular program. And also, if you're interested, I have 2 spots that are opening in this program right now, but they probably will go really fast. So if you want the details, just comment program below, and I'll make sure I send you a DM with some more details. But let me share. And then, like, 10 minutes later, you say, and if you want more details on this, comment me below, and then I'll get you, you know what I mean? Just like a little, get the engagement going on the live stream.
Okay.
Something as simple as that. You could just pop in, or you could schedule it for tomorrow or whatever, you probably have them in that group of people that paid $27. You probably have those 2 people in there.
I don't know. I just started the vault, so there's not that many people in it.
How many?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm talking like I would not even 20 people. I really just started it. So
That's
I'm like,
fine.
I
Not even
gotta,
20 sounds fantastic. Get in there.
okay. Okay.
And then also for extra protection, you could go do it in your free group.
Yeah.
You could do both.
I
And
think
then
that's
make
what
the
I'm going to
vault
do.
like a little bit more targeted because they know more because they're already in the vaults. You could talk
Mhm.
about a little bit more detail, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yes. I
acknowledge
give
you're
them
in the
more
vault.
value. Yes.
You're in the vault and I'm so excited that you're here, but I figured you might be curious about like the next steps after you're in the vault and after you're learning about how this works, what we're doing over here. I figured it might be helpful for you. So I want to explain the 3-point strategy we're using to actually scale up a legal consulting, whatever business.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just, it's like a mini webinar almost.
Yeah.
Where you're just going through the strategy and if you're doing a phone call funnel, you would pitch them to the call. If you're doing a link funnel, you could tell them to DM you if they want the link, or they could type in the comment below and you could send them the link, but you're on a phone call funnel. So it's kind of easy. You just got to get them open on chat on DM. Get 'em in.
Yes. And then they usually book a call. Yes. Okay.
Keep it going. Talk to us in the Voxer group. Talk to us on the Facebook group. Come to the meetings when you can.
Yes.
And like stay engaged. Tell me how much you're making. Here's what I want from you. Can you tell me how much you're making a month? Can you tell me what numbers you're hitting so I
Yes.
can like help you hit these bigger numbers? I would like to
Yes.
do that for you. So even if it's just a quick message on Voxer while you're driving, I don't care. Like you have kids screaming in the background, it doesn't matter. I do too. So like just like stay on that so we can keep you in energy because I think you can hit this.
Yes. I mean, I've done it before. The interesting part is I've hit my numbers on the last day of the month. Like
Yeah.
I'll get a clarity call and they sign and I'm like, you know what? I didn't think I could clear 5 figures this month. And the last day of the month,
Damn
here
it,
I am.
did. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So every month I've pulled through and I'm like, I never cease to amaze myself. This is so crazy. But yeah, my husband, I'm just so happy he finally sees it. Like that moment when he said, I think you're going to have $1 million business. I'm like, you're all in. Now he's all in. Now he finally sees like,
yes,
the potential that this
he's
has.
100% invested. That's what that means.
Yes.
And
And now I'm
investing
just
is not just money. Like investing is like everything,
Yes. So now
He's
I'm
100%.
really, really excited because, he doesn't work in the medical field. So I don't think he understands a lot of it.
Yeah.
So that part too.
Yeah.
That makes it challenging for him to be like, he does the same thing. Like, what is it that you do? Like, what's all this?
Exactly.
Like, get away. I'm on a call. And he's like, what are you doing?
Absolutely. I am so excited for you.
Yes.
All right, go do a live stream. I have one I'm going to go do in a little bit and let's get this goal. Let's hit
Thank
it.
you. Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your time today. I really do.
No problem.
So
I
worth
love you
it.
so much and like
So
let's
worth
keep
it.
going.
Yes. I appreciate it. Thank
Awesome.
you.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.